Perfect. Okay, does everyone have a chance to look at their panel books? Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna call this meeting to order. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 council members in attendance, which means our quorum tonight. We have a question about the quorum. Quorum means that at least over half of our members. And
How many members are
we're missing one person tonight. Is that right? Yes, we're only missing one, which is pretty good. We got it scheduled really easily this year, so thank you, everybody. That's great. We also, these systems will be done by mid-January, so we're ahead of schedule, which is also doesn't always happen. Tonight, remember this number, we have $5,792 to distribute. This year their funds come from the state of Massachusetts. They aren't actually direct Shutesbury town funds, they come from the state. The state disperses this to all the towns. We got $5,700 this year, and we had $92 extra from interest from money that was in the account that was added to it. I wanna just update you from last year. There was a program we funded for the library for the opening of the new library. It was a music event. The library has not opened this year.
Yes.
Yes, the library's not open yet, yeah. So, and I talked to Mary Ann about, she asked if that means she has to forfeit the funds. She asked if that means she's blacklisted and can't like apply again. I said, no, I checked with the Mass Cultural Council and there is an 18-month there's a grace period on either end of it. So I told, just so you all know, I told Mary Ann at the library that they have another 6 months to run that program and use those funds. And if for some reason it doesn't happen by July, then she can fit in again with us, but.
Those are
Yes.
funds from last year.
Those are funds from
So
last
that
year.
doesn't count against this.
This doesn't, yeah, that doesn't count against this because the cultural council has a new program as well, where it used to be after you ran the program, then you could get the funds. But now, when you get the award, you can get the funds in advance and then spend on the project, which is nice because it used to be people had to spend out of pocket on the work and then get reimbursed. So, so the library already has the money and it's earmarked for this project. Okay, so there was one other bit of feedback I wanted to give, which also came from the library, was last year. We had a lot of great projects and we funded some things partially, and several of those were with the library, and that's, we should just be really mindful when we do that, because sometimes if we partially fund a project, but there isn't a clear source of other funds, then the applicant is sort of on the hook to do the project, but doesn't have enough money to fund the artist. And it can be difficult, so, I think in the past, the library has had access to more funds from the Friends of the Library, but because of the Capitol Building project, that's not the case right now, so. And I think that might be true for other applicants, we should really carefully read the section that says where they will get other funds if we don't fully fund it. And then think about, sometimes it might be better to not fund something, rather than to fund it very smallly and have it not worry.
As a person, and I'm sure you do the same thing, Gail, but as a person who has done the grant applications for an organization, I always asked for way more than I expected to get. I mean, I would send it to like 12 or 14 different towns because it was for the Quality Valley from Musica. We always asked for way more than we expected to get because we didn't expect to get it from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So if they ask for 500 and you give 100, if they did that with 13 towns, that's $1,300. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I remember having that, actually, we had a phone call from Musica.
Yes, I passed that job along to
Yeah.
somebody else.
That's a good example of a budget it's a large budget and asking amongst councils, and we can see on the application how many councils they've asked for funds from, and sometimes it's just us. And sometimes it's 15 different councils, so let's bear that in mind. When we think
And
about
also, can organizations like that could get money from the concerts, they have tickets and so on.
Yeah.
The ones for the library almost always are free to people, so that's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
That's from the library.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah,
Yeah, and
correct.
and from the library, the Shutesbury Library, they're probably not applying to anybody else.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good
I'm really
differentiation.
dumb because I did open my reading on my desktop. And I didn't even have it on my laptop. So
That's okay, you can look at it with me, okay, yeah. Um. I also have just the list here, which is also, I printed just the list, yeah, which is, okay, great. Anything else, I wanna say. A few more like old business notes, because we need a note taker for tonight. To note take our discussion, it doesn't have to be every single point we talk about, but an outline of what we talked about, so we can publish that with our meeting. So think about that for a minute, who wants to take notes today? And then this is my term is up in June. For the cultural council, I will have been here 6 years. And I'm co-chair with Jean, and it would be awesome. I think it would be great if there's always a co-chair. I think that's a great way to do the council. So if you all think about this after tonight, who would want to step up and be co-chair with Jean? You have all of our public information, so you can reach out, or we'll reach out to you again. I think this spring to talk about that. See who's up for it. Okay, any questions about that? No taker, yeah, no taker.
Are you sure that when we talk over here, if we keep our voices down, that's actually picking it up?
I don't know how well it's picking it up. I don't know how to check it.
Oh, it's easy to check.
Yeah.
Go the other road, listen.
Sure, yes, yeah. Do you wanna see, it should be posted on the town. Thank you for asking about that. Okay, we're doing a sound check. And we still need a note taker.
Yeah, I'm terrible at it. I get involved in the discussion and I forget to take.
You have the spreadsheet though, right, that you made today? Can your job be to keep track of our totals? Okay, great. So Cheryl's gonna keep track of our totals as we're talking, so we know how close we are to our amount. We still need a note taker though. It's not hard.
I'm not volunteering because I bring my laptop and my handwriting is difficult and there's a lot of work to translate it back on after you.
Can be, we discussed, discussion started and we went from, we discussed our guidelines for making decisions and then just a list of the projects in the order we discussed.
Well, I can.
Okay, great. You can just type it right in a document and you can just save it and send it to me tonight. Okay.
I'll type it up.
Okay. And we're still waiting for Mateo to check, our sound, but maybe we should talk, so.
Anything else that you hear us? Or do we have to talk at this level?
Or I can move it closer if
That's what I'm worried about.
yeah. Yeah. Do I have other audios?
Especially because some of us, our voices are going in the opposite.
Yes, okay. So let's go around the table. Sound check, Kara.
Sound check, Joe.
Sound check, Peggy.
Sound check, Cheryl.
Sound check, Jean.
Sound check.
He's joined or not, I actually don't. Oh, he hasn't joined. Here, hold on. This is, okay. All right, Mateo, we're gonna do a sound check. This is sound check, Kara.
Sound check, Joe.
Sound check, Jean.
Sound check, Cheryl.
Oh, sound check, Peggy. Sound check, Kara. Are you hearing us, Mateo?
Yep, sounds great.
Not great? Okay, here.
It does sound great.
Did you? It sounds great?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Are you gonna stay there? No, come back.
Okay, great, good. Thank you for asking that. Okay. Wait for Mateo to come back.
Think about that because I do a lot of
Mm.
Zoom meetings and sometimes I can't hear everybody.
Very soon.
Make it more clear, okay. Okay. Thanks. You got a note, Peggy, you're gonna take notes, thank you, Peggy. I'll do my best. Great, thank you. Okay, let's start. Oh, I'm just gonna review our published priorities. And this is really helpful as we go through our first round of seeing if they meet these priorities. They're posted on our website and on the Mass Cultural Council website. Our priority is given to Shutesbury-based applicants. Projects, events, and programs that have already secured a local venue. That's an important priority for us because we don't have a lot of local venues, so that's key here. And product events and programs that serve the widest range of local populations.
Website's the live date.
This isn't.
Well, it just has the deadline.
Oh. Our website does have the 2024 deadlines. Yeah, and I think, let's talk about changing that to, I'd love to just link it to the Mass Council website, because they will always have the updated website on the Mass Cultural Council. If we just say, see this page for the deadline. We can do that another time. Okay, so we have, how many applicants? 26. Has anyone taken a look to see off the first glance of the list who meets our priorities?
There are several that don't have a website or don't have a venue.
A venue, okay,
And there are several that have nothing to do with Shutesbury.
okay,
So once we wean theirs out, we may not take us too long to figure out who gets
but
it.
sticking with our priorities, let's talk about who doesn't meet the priorities, and can we go by the number of their application the way it is on this list and say the name? Oh, if you don't have the numbers, I can go by that. So let's say those that don't meet that.
So, RPM Fest.
Yep. RPM Fest, okay.
Can I hear the number?
That's number 16, and they've asked for $2,000.
So it's a heavy metal festival that takes place in Turner's Falls. And they've asked tons of communities for it. $2,000.
It's actually in. Oh, it's in Turner's Falls. It's at the Miller's Falls Gun Club. That's why I got.
Right.
Yeah. And I sure would not want to live around them when that's.
I tried to keep my own feelings from heavy metal music.
I love that it exists.
It would be like.
Yeah, I love that it exists.
It's not free participants.
Okay.
And the tickets are a fairly hefty price, and it seems like, it just doesn't seem like something that's gonna benefit our community very much.
No.
I thought that might be a debt.
This would be a.
It doesn't meet our priorities, yeah. I'd say regionally, we have lots of interested folks, but across the region, but it does not meet our priorities. Okay, so taking out RPM Fest, what else?
Well, I mean, let's just go down from the top. I hate to say this, but Quabbin Valley, while it does have members, or at least it did when I was singing, from Shutesbury. It's not very many people from Shutesbury that I know of actually go to the concerts. Which surprises me because New Salem is like 15 minutes away, but anyway.
Right, and didn't we not? fund
Did
it
it
last year?
last year.
Yeah, that's close to that reason.
That's it.
Yeah, after reading about it, I decided that I would like to go.
Oh, the concerts are usually quite good.
I actually do, should I sing in that choir, you know, like someday?
Yeah, you not sing anyway, it's not auditioned, anybody
Great.
can walk in and
I
sing.
love choirs,
Yeah, that's great. Great.
But I'm hearing that it might not, other projects might, it's also possible that other projects match our priorities better than this
Yes.
one. Like maybe it does in some way, but if others do it better, then we can prioritize those over this one as well. So I'm gonna put an X next to this one, and just revisit if we have maybe extra funds left over.
Okay,
what else?
now, then there's the number 4, Community Network for Children. They have not determined where those walks are going to be, just says state parks and local trails. I think it's a good idea to have nature walks that are targeted to children, but they don't even know where they're gonna do it.
Oh, there were several proposals like that, that were very vague, and some of them, the ones that are applying to 18 different cultural councils.
Yeah, this one is only
But it
applying
just-
to us.
It just seemed, yeah,
It's
not right.
I mean, is there, can you like ask for more information, like contingent, like grant something?
Yeah, I can actually say about the Community Network for Children is that they are super active in our community and reach out to a lot of families and offer tons of programming. and are asking us for one grant, and they're gonna run this nature walk in. It says in their application, a few communities around us as well, they're asking for separate funds for those walks, and that families have asked for it to come to Shutesbury. And it's more expensive than most of their programs, it's only $280, but they've asked to run it here, and they're using a teacher from the Hitchcock Center who will know the trails.
And it seems less impactful not to have a venue when it's outdoors.
Yes, yes.
That's
You know,
I mean,
You're saying-
who's gonna tell them they can't do it in the state parks or other trails?
Yes, I do hear that like the venue isn't super specific, but I trust this organization and that they're thinking through on things and the level of quality they bring to their projects and the amount of people that they reach. That it would be, there wouldn't be a scramble for a place to do it.
I mean, I just assumed they'd be using. Lake Wyoga.
Well, I have done most of the trails, like Viola, because I live right down the street from it.
Okay.
And they're about, 15 feet long. I mean, really, they're short.
But there's trails all over, there's plenty.
That's what
When you go back on like Camp's property.
Yeah.
It's private property.
Well, it's private property, but it's closed to public access.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
I mean, I've walked through there, but I've always wondered if I was trespassing.
No, I walked through there too, yeah. Mhm. Mind if I keep that in our pot today to discuss, keep that one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down the list to, one thing I wanna point at Franklin County Pride Parade Festival. This is, I know a lot of folks from Shutesbury participate in that parade. But this is where this could be an if we have funds available still,
Exactly.
after we do our other priorities, so I'm gonna put that.
I was thinking, I think that's a really good thing.
Yes,
And there are a lot of gay people in Shutesbury, so I'm sure, I mean, I have several neighbors that are gay, so I know there's a lot.
Mhm.
and they're not asking for a huge.
Mhm.
No. So that's another,
Did we miss the,
that's another maybe.
Oh, the cemeteries tour. What do you think?
Well,
We'll check
that
Which
fits,
one?
that fits both of our criteria, that's why I didn't bring it up.
Mhm.
It's local and it has the venue, yeah.
Mhm.
I thought we were just gonna go through and get rid of the ones that didn't.
Oh,
fit
I thought we were going through one by one.
We're gonna go through and
Yes.
take out.
If we can just go in order, that would be helpful.
Okay,
Yeah.
the next,
Okay, I was wondering about Hilltown Families, because that's way over far away, like, that's really not connected to us. And isn't
What
that-
about the,
Oh, I was assuming
Yeah.
Hilltowns across the river. I guess,
What it is, actually, I went to the website to look at
What
it.
is that?
It's a, you'll know what it is? It's a website that lists all kinds of educational,
right,
and adventurous and.
yes, yeah,
Cultural events, so it's a kind of a clearinghouse for,
but I thought that was like Cummington, Chesterfield, that. Those.
no, apparently it's not. I
Oh,
mean, from what I
Oh.
saw, it serves the whole
oh,
valley. I mean, I'm just saying what I
Yeah.
saw online, I don't, I
yeah,
haven't used it, but those kinds of clearinghouses can be very helpful.
We haven't funded that one in the past.
we used to fund it in the past, we haven't funded it in the past years.
Ah.
Mhm.
yeah, and if we don't fund it, it's not gonna go away.
So
And that's a
yeah.
weekly newsletter, they're not gonna stop doing it.
It is, I think I don't know if someone has it pulled up, but I think they also ask a lot of, they will ask a lot. of
Yes,
councils,
they
right?
asked for like 20 or
Yeah.
25 towns.
That's the.
We haven't discussed the capoeira.
No, and that's in Wendell and Miller's Falls, and it's martial arts.
yeah,
It's sort of a cross between martial arts and dance.
Mhm.
And they're asking for $600.
That seemed very, very high to me.
Which is half of their budget.
Yeah.
It is half their budget, which was interesting.
Because it's not here.
But it's not here, yeah.
You would think half would come from Wendell and half.
Right.
from Village
Yeah,
Falls.
exactly.
Yeah, that was,
With that,
I wasn't sure who was paying for it otherwise,
It's free, supported by grants, donations will.
but should be the Wendell Cultural
I
Council?
would think so, and.
Very well,
They're probably asking, covering their backs by asking everybody, but we don't have to say it.
Yeah, their sheet though didn't say that, it just said, right, it just said they were asking Shutesbury and their application said.
And they're not asking the towns that they actually.
In-kind donation of space
Oh,
and,
okay,
they are asking Wendell with
okay,
additional MCC and LCD grants to be sought for expanded support.
okay,
$600 from Wendell, and then apparently we are expanded. They've also submitted to Montague and Greenfield.
okay.
Okay, so they don't need us.
Yeah.
So that's a no, right?
I felt like that was a no, just
Yeah.
because we have such strong applications that are really based in Tewksbury, so, yeah. Okay.
And we decided Hilltown Families was a no?
I'm gonna put that as a no, does that feel like consensus on that one?
Yeah, okay, that's another two. Never mind.
So it's a way to click.
I hate using this.
No, I can't even search through the.
I know, I can see there, it's.
Is it like search is locked? Yeah.
Well, that's because, are you online?
I am, but I mean, in the panel book, I can't like search.
Yeah,
I can't use the search feature to find.
right,
Yeah.
exactly, I'm like lost here.
Yes.
It's really.
I think we're gonna, it out first.
You know,
I basically do it in order because.
Yeah,
Searching them.
it's searching them.
Of which you can only look at maybe 30?
I remember too, that before COVID took us all online, that the panel book, the state would send a copy of the panel book. Big copy of it, and we'd sit around with the copy. So, I mean, it's
Well,
like a
not
lot
do
of
it now if you
different
ask them,
Yes.
maybe if you ask them.
I don't know. Are you listening? No, I'm.
So Papa Culinary Club pop-up events.
Yes,
Can you just say the number?
it's number 13. Papa Culinary Club pop-up events.
They're only asking for 100, but it's also not,
Not specified where it's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
it says that
Yeah,
it sounds like it will go to places where they get funding, which is opposite of the way this is supposed to work, right?
Uh-huh.
It's just like,
Right,
yeah, place we need.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
so that's another no.
And how many people really want to keep pop-up?
Well, I
More than
do
just-
personally.
It's just-
I'd love to try. It doesn't really say what the food is, but I think it doesn't, most importantly, it doesn't meet our criteria for priorities.
Similar thing with, the next one, John Percy,
Fortnite.
we ran into this with him last year, right? Was.
Yes,
He
What
does,
is that
it's not
not
like about
specified?
say, doesn't have a thing.
yes.
Yes, it's like, okay.
And why are we bragging about that when it's the.
As has been my tradition with these venue list grants, I have reduced my asking fee by $25.
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, he does this, explain why he doesn't choose a venue, but I think because we have so few venues, it is still great for us, is a venue relationship or renting a place.
And also, like, if you're a repeat applicant, just to me that he's not reading our priorities page.
Yeah, and he's asking for the full 460. Unless that's just what it is for each town that funds him.
I think that's the case. I think that he will do the show in whatever town funds it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a no.
Okay. I think this brings us to 18, the Silverthorne Theater Company. Based
Oh,
in, at
yeah.
Hampton College, is that right?
What happened to Holly Rosalie?
Oh,
No, we're not going number to number. We're just getting rid of the ones that we know that
Yeah.
don't fit our criteria.
Okay, alright.
So Silverthorne Theater Company is at Hampshire College.
I think that's either they were more Hampshire. I'm looking at you. It's your-
Yeah, they in Northfield, now they're in Hampshire.
I don't know if there's a big Tewksbury
They don't
participant.
share theirs.
It's for 2 straight stage productions, which I don't know, is $40,000 reasonable for 2 stage?
Well,
productions?
they pay, they're like,
They pay.
yeah,
They pay actors.
Okay,
they are,
Just
Great.
it's not community
Okay.
care, it's professional.
We should.
It's-
I don't see
That.
that. Just, no,
Yeah, I think we can. We agree that.
I don't think it meets our priorities,
it does.
just to be clear. I'm gonna continue on down the list.
Now there's Julie Stepanek with her monthly ukulele play along. That's on Zoom.
It is on Zoom. And
I think we funded it all.
we have funded
Just last
every year,
year.
and I read Mary Ann's letter again this year, and her letter is very, very supportive.
Oh, I know she loves it.
She loves it,
But
and
why
people,
why are we paying $600 for something that's on Zoom?
it's
I mean,
throughout the year,
It's for the artist's time.
yeah,
yeah, it's 12 times, but
yes.
is that only in Shutesbury? I mean, Zoom implies all over the place.
You know what, we can't decide what Julie values her time at, like that's her fee for running the workshop. So our decision is not, should she charge less for it, but is this something we wanna fund for the town? That's our decision to make.
Why don't we put a question mark? next
Okay.
to that?
Yeah,
And if we have other things.
Yeah.
yeah.
That we might wanna find rather than.
Okay.
Okay, then
Maybe
there's,
we broaden.
Survival center.
Oh, yeah, tunes of this.
Shouldn't it, they would apply every year. Yeah, it isn't. We have done it in the past, but that's been when we have money left after funding our priority programs. We did not fund, I'm looking here, we did not fund it last year, no, we didn't fund it last year, we funded Tales of Two, it's not Tuesday, sorry, they rhyme.
Yeah,
Um,
and where does that take place?
it's
The
Amherst.
service.
Amherst
Okay,
Survival
yeah.
Center.
which serves.
So it
Tuesday?
serves people, right?
It does, yeah. So
Yeah, we
that's
don't have a survival center.
It's a question mark. I would say if, it would be on the edge of our priorities if we don't fill it already with stronger applicants. I'm just looking to see when we did it last, may have been 2 or 3 years ago.
They're applying to 10 different constituencies.
So you want it to be a maybe?
It's a maybe, but on the edge, I would say. Okay. You said how many councils are they applying to? 10. Mateo says they're applying to 10 councils.
Well, they're not even asking for the
Nine.
their cost.
Right, they're asking for a small.
They're asking for about
250.
5% of what it's cost them.
The other one that's clear to me is the Oakland Stroke number 26. It's the last application that does not have a venue.
Right, and it's the Oakland Stroke Band's 70s music, although that might have appealed to a lot of people in Shutesbury. But,
Would, but they're asking for a lot.
They are, and it's a full show fee, and we do have a lot of bands come to Shutesbury through the.
I think that this is like a group that's shopping for
yeah,
a town that will pay them to come.
They're just looking for.
Yeah,
and they don't know yet they don't know yet that they can apply to 30 towns, and then maybe they might get the money, but. What about the Athol Historical Society, the Uniquely Quabbin magazine?
Let's discuss that one.
For your two.
They apply every year, let me see when we funded them last.
and,
Hmm,
have we-
we funded them in 2024 for 135.
I think that was the year I sent some of my poems. They clearly don't like silly poems.
Well, so I guess in that way it connects because people submit from Shutesbury, have a place to submit their work. Yeah.
We are one of the.
Right.
Yeah, it does have a connection.
So last time was 100 and something and now it's 250?
2 years ago, we funded it for 135, but they had asked for more than that. I think they had asked for the same amount, 250, 200.
So that's a maybe.
We can put it as, I'd say it's adjacent.
Likely.
Okay, and the Downtown Amherst Foundation. The Amherst Regional Public Schools about the Drake.
It's a good project and,
Sure.
and Shutesbury's.
Kids go there.
It does. And I noticed that they're applying from the Cultural Council of Amherst, Pelham, Lever, and Shutesbury, who are all part of this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we should definitely consider at least partial. I think they said if they don't get the full amount from us and from the people asking for them, they would ask for more money from us. You know, they would try to fund, you know what I mean, not from us, they would try to fundraise. From parents and families, you know what I mean, like that's the
The fallback.
Yeah, it's the fallback, is to fundraise directly.
All back from Parent Teachers Association, but well,
They
anyway,
did not mention the Parent Teachers Association, but,
or whatever they call it PTO, to me, that's an hour typo. I did get, I'll remember that that's people. Okay, so that's also amazing.
yes, yeah.
That's the. Yeah, it does.
What are some of the we go through the list, can we say like things that are definitely fill those criteria for sure?
And Edward Word, number 26 is a no.
Correct, that's a no.
Okay,
What about number 15, hands at work?
Mm,
yeah,
That I was kind of questioning, because it's about somebody in Shrewsbury.
Mhm.
It's gonna be shown in Shrewsbury, but
I know this is very picky, but part of the budget was for refreshments, and I think you're permitted to spend state money.
mm, I actually don't know the answer to
They
that.
weren't back, and
Yeah.
I've applied for
Mm.
tons of funds.
For reimbursement of foods, and I also I read the application too, and I was unclear if the funds are to pay for the production of the film or to pay for the
Yeah.
event. That's also, I was unclear, it seemed like they were paying the performers.
They're paying the subject of it, they're paying the subjects of the documentary, which is a little strange, isn't it? You make a documentary about somebody, you don't necessarily
Pay them, right,
is the film, is it already made?
I couldn't
That's
tell, yeah.
I was a little confused.
No, I
Is it
think it
already
can't be
made,
because-
or
because
they're
when
just
they-
gonna show it?
they're gonna show it, but it can't be made because part of the way they're gonna accommodate for if they don't get all the grant money is make 2 films instead of 3. So clearly they haven't made them yet.
Okay. Okay, so this is an application to fund the film, but that's what I was unclear
What
about.
pages, sorry, what
Oh,
page?
It's the 15th, it's called Hands at Work, do you know what page it's on the panel book, do you know it?
I have it now.
Okay.
What I should do is just write down.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
let's look around.
Would be about halfway
Oh, I want
through,
it.
so
It's page,
120 something. Maybe,
it's on mine, it's 87,
really?
on my reader. On my Adobe Reader, it's.
Yeah, that's not.
Here it is, yeah.
Now, look at page. Do you have one out of however many pages? Is that what
It's
you're looking at?
86 out of 158 pages, that's what I'm looking.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That means that the later ones had more pages.
Okay, I'm gonna read the project overview, the first paragraph. Hands at Work is a series of 3 short films exploring the meanings and manifestations of manual labor. Featuring farmer Zoe Weisenbaum, who lives in Shutesbury, a massage therapist and person named Luther William Capiano. Camera follows each person's hands through the day as they work. These are dance documentaries because they capture the labor in variety style, but emphasize the daily choreography of the hands by playing with rhythm and form in the editing process as if composing a dance. It's a beautiful project.
That
Yeah.
sounds like it's gonna be really hard to follow.
It's a beautiful project.
They are getting.
Yeah,
Subjects.
And one's at Zoe's farm, which is, yeah.
Mhm. right? I think it's unclear, it's fun, like, if, it's a little risky because the film isn't made. Will there be a showing, like the whole vision is good, but
It doesn't describe exactly what they're using the money for.
So so it does say I will hold 2 public screenings in May 2026, so this is very soon. One is at Ancient Ponies Farm in Shutesbury, and another one will be at a venue in Northampton, yeah, so there are venues.
Most of it is for salaries.
Yeah, so let's look at the budget. Here, I can show you this too. So this is basically where I can see the most of what the project breakdown is, this is the full amount that they said is the budget, and there's a stipend, I'm not sure, that's for the director, and then there are payment for the people in the film.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if this must be for actually being filmed, I was like, is that for attending the event or being filmed? I think it's actually for the making of the film.
Shooting
Mhm,
and pre-production meetings
mhm.
and the honorarium for the showing.
The round table is the shot, okay. So So each of the participants gets $100 to do the round table. That's in Shutesbury. Okay, that's there.
Well, that doesn't mean that they're getting paid for being in the film. It means that they're getting paid for the time they're putting in for the roundtable.
No, we just read this here, is that they're getting paid for being in the film, and then they're getting an extra $100 for being in the round table.
Ah.
And so that's part of what the,
Want to make a movie about me?
it's good pay, right?
For less money. Oh,
I mean, it's probably gonna be quite interesting, and
Yeah,
I only know Zoe, I don't know the other.
Zoe is terrific. I really like this project idea, but I would love to see them come back again with a different application for the event. Instead of for funding the film, because I think that typically we don't fund the production of a book or a film, we more fund like a cultural, the actual cultural event or the offering. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if this was a direct ask to support that event, the roundtable fee, the renting the space, if that was part of it, then I think that would be a yes. I feel like that would be a definite yes.
So in other words, it's not really being the criteria. Cause it's not meeting.
I don't know that
Serving a lot
I
of
agree with that, though, because some of the things that happen here at Shutesbury are programs that people are putting together and then asking for money for the time they spend. Well, maybe they don't.
I think sometimes part of the application is for the time they're spending working on it. Yes, that is true. Let me just find one, the director of the project is based in Northampton. And someone from Shrewsbury is in it, but they're not necessarily creating projects. So also, she's not applying, yeah. So also one of her is Shrewsbury based applicants, so this really wouldn't.
Yes, but
It's
it's
a
being
previous
shown.
subject and it's being
Yes,
shown.
but it's being shown here.
It's being shown here. It includes someone who's at Shrewsbury. But the applicant is not based in Shrewsbury, just as more info in terms of our priorities are Shrewsbury based applicants. Programs for the venue, programs to serve the
Or a lot of the people that we always funded are not Shutesbury based applicants. I mean, they're not, I take that back, like many of the library ones are not people from Shutesbury. The applicant is the library.
Yeah, that is library, which makes it a Shrewsbury base.
I mean, it's not that we can't fund it, it's just a priority, like, it's one of those things, like the other ones where if there's money left, maybe some other goes, but.
I think if Zoe had applied, to show it at their farm, that would be more of a Shrewsbury based applicant, but I agree with you, it can be something at the end if we ever be left over.
Okay, so that's another maybe.
Okay. Are we ready to move to definite yeses, to our yeses? And we're all out of order, but.
It's okay.
Okay.
So, I finally noticed that they were in alphabetical.
Oh,
Yeah, not really very useful.
Not in a
oh,
terrible.
by the applicant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, great.
Never.
Yeah, I was like, what is the order here? Yeah, right, it's by the applicants.
Requested amount.
I did what that, when I was waiting for these things and wondering if I was ever gonna get to the end, it suddenly occurred to me that I was on the R's, so it was hope.
Okay.
The studio, Shutesbury studio tour seems like obvious, yes.
Yes. I agree about the.
Is that, do we do that even though maybe we fund them every year? Like, do we keep funding people over and over, or do we actually look for Shutesbury as a priority? Look for our, our points of, support, but do we look for people who are new? Because otherwise we could run out of money on the same people every year. So I was just wondering about that. I don't really understand how that works, but.
I feel associated, I should not speak to that application because I'm the person that started the whole thing.
Right.
Well, you're not on the application this
I'm
year,
not.
just to be clear, you did not apply for this money, you've been involved in the past, which is okay to talk about it if you've been involved, that is okay.
Anyway, that was just a general query I have.
But I think that but I'm gonna defend it anyway, because I think that where else can that organization go? That makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small project.
Mm-hmm.
So what does the $425 get spent on? Is that just marketing?
Oh, it is, and I actually want to speak to that because they put in their budget. Now I need to find it.
Well, it's
What-
got.
what number- which one is it?
To the beginning.
It's number 2, okay, great, okay, so they've only asked for,
$425.
funds for the marketing. And not asked for any funds for the time spent organizing, actually, is that not true? Okay, let's look at it, because I actually would want to give them more, I would personally like to give them more money for the time they spent on it.
Here. Budget.
The project budget is all stuff.
Yeah, it's all marketing,
No,
and
it's not.
it's
Well,
okay, tell me.
graphic design work.
There's,
There's,
it's paying graphic designers,
Uh-huh.
paying me because because I put it on my website, because there's
Mhm.
no way, there's no website to
Mhm.
put something on.
Okay.
Unless you're part of the city organization,
Mhm.
which we're not, so I have to put that on my website, and they're actually paying me for
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of it advertising, but the whole success of the event depends on advertising.
Yeah, but what
As
I,
it does from any.
what I'm saying is Linda being paid, because I think she should have more money. So
Linda
Linda
is not,
could be paid.
Linda's not the organizer.
Oh, well, who's, Linda Bills applied for it, she,
Yes, she
yeah,
did.
okay, okay.
Uh-huh. But the person who is the point person on the whole thing is Nate.
Okay, okay.
It would be nice if we could pay him.
Yeah, is Nate doing the graphic design or?
No,
Okay,
no.
all right,
Sarah Facilities.
it's okay. Um,
And most of it is printing.
Yeah.
So the copies of the tour maps, I mean, that's. Everything stays as much as it can from year to year, so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. But we have to print it over.
this is a great event, it's very successful, every year, I think it goes better and better, I honestly, and I think it brings a lot of people to Shrewsbury, it's terrific.
It's a way,
I-
it's a way to benefit a large number of artists.
Yes,
By supporting one.
it is a way to benefit a large number of artists. And I think it creates a community of artists in Shrewsbury. I've heard from other people in the valley that they consider Shrewsbury where the artists live. I've heard people say that and from other places, right? I'm like, oh, there's all this marketing, you know?
Well, you know, I've been to other tours at other towns
Yeah.
and they all say that.
They all- Tell me that they live in Shrewsbury. So there is a really good feedback when we grant money and with your permission, I would love to provide feedback that I hope the organizer also asks for a fee for their time to organize next time, that they also write it into the expenses.
I might be partially to blame for that because, just because I haven't encouraged that,
Uh-huh,
because having sat on these panels
Uh-huh.
before,
uh-huh,
and can't enjoy that.
uh-huh.
There's always so many people looking for such a small,
Mm,
generally small pot of money. So I felt like we were more likely when I put it in for the first time, the first year, more likely to get funded if we didn't ask for more than was essential. But I think it's a great idea, and everybody would love to hear that.
mhm. I don't, just people, do you agree, what are your thoughts on that because you are right, on these councils, we're trying to squeeze a lot out of a little bit, that is true, yeah.
I agree with Mateo. This is probably the only thing here that's gonna benefit, what, 30 or 40 people? How many places I don't remember how many places you go around to. As compared to other things where it's benefiting. Well, like a choir benefits a lot of people, but that's a
It's
different.
more than 30 or 40 people the first year.
No, I mean, the places that you go to,
The artist.
the
Oh,
artists.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, no, I know, I've been to every one of them and there's hundreds of people.
And it's not just, there's a lot for kids, so this is burn.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I feel like this is like our priorities, like in a little bow, you know, like it's so perfect and, I would love if we can put more, invest more money in the future for the people who work on it, but that's not what they've asked for right now, so let's just say yes right now, let's just say yes. And you're on the council, you're free to share feedback from what we talk about, Joan, that opportunity.
I will, definitely.
And when I'm not here in the future, just remember we talked about that, Okay, something good, okay. That was number 2, that's a yes, so right now we are at 425. The cemeteries are next. I love that idea. I think it's really, I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, it's so different.
I will, yeah. My only hesitation about it is that reading the application, the guy who's doing it. You know, it was a tour guide from Holyoke, which is fine, but I think it's great. I just gonna get the sense that this is one of the things that is being sent out to every local cultural council and just swapping out the
I think that
names.
he's doing 3 cemeteries in this town or 2 cemeteries in this
Well,
town.
he does say that this is the start, and he's gonna do all the cemeteries in the town over time. We don't have a whole lot of cemeteries.
No, I mean, outside of,
You
Well,
listed three, right?
listed 3, and then there's
Uh-huh.
the one over at Lake Wyola.
And there's one, yeah,
Up by the
yeah,
canal.
right, yeah. Oh, that one's in Leverett, never mind.
Yeah.
No, but there's one on.
Yeah.
that corner.
Yeah, if you go up the.
There's one right, yeah, across from the spillway,
Uh-huh,
there's a cemetery. up there.
okay.
The people who own Lake Wyoming.
The other question, there is a venue, it's Village of Cemeteries, but the promotion plan was a little shaky because there wasn't, I think that it was gonna be promoted through the Holyoke Cultural Preservation. Sorry, I'm not gonna say that right, because I'm not looking at the proposal, but I wasn't sure that the person proposing it was gonna reach people in Shrewsbury, because they didn't quite have that connection.
I was surprised there wasn't anything from like the cemetery commission, or
Uh-huh,
historical
right.
commission.
Yeah.
I would think that that should be in there.
Yeah,
Target audience, is
okay.
historians, and
Okay.
genealogists.
okay, I'm gonna,
Yeah,
so we can keep moving, I'm just gonna table this one, because I love the idea, and I can give feedback when I accept or reject it, that I actually really like it, but I don't think that people in Shrewsbury will hear about it based on the marketing plan that he proposed in his application.
And he should have gotten some input from the.
Yeah.
Cemetery.
Yeah, okay,
got connected with some
Yeah.
local.
Okay, I'm tabling this one, and that would be the feedback. Let's go on to yeses. I think the Little Bear Nature Walk is a yes, community network for children, because of the strength of their organization and their presence in our community.
What about number 5, Eli Ellis, musical storytelling folks?
Eli's a local Shrewsbury resident, has a venue, and with their other reaches children, adults. Definitely satisfies our priorities.
Yeah, so that's a yes, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing is that there isn't a date, but we don't specifically.
Well, that's because it's going to be in the library, and we don't know when the library is going to be ready for things. I know, I talked to Mary Ann about this, I don't know, 6 months ago or so, and she said that they had started accepting things, like this would be accepted to be something at the library if it's funded for the new library. With the dates, you know, to be determined, because, I mean, I talked to her a couple of weeks ago, and, you know, they're doing things like picking out the light fixtures.
Yeah, well, the
They're
shelving
really
is
close.
late, shelving is like 3 weeks, 4 weeks late.
But
Well-
even so, though, I mean,
They're really close, yeah.
a date. Excuse me,
It's dry in here. and-
no, I just ate one of those, the cookies that I'm talking about.
They're so
Um,
sugary.
Very good. But I mean, a venue is really important. A date isn't always possible.
Mm.
So for instance, the date that's proposed there for but they have decided to change the name of the studio tour.
Mhm.
Is in contention among the artists.
Mm.
So the date that they put there is a hypothetical date that they're thinking of. So I'm just saying, I don't think anybody should be disqualified on the basis of not necessarily having a date, but there are sometimes legitimate impediments to doing that.
And it's not our priority.
And this is a children's thing, it's music, it's folk music and storytelling combined to get them to read. So I think it's an important thing.
If you are giving him feedback,
Mm-hmm.
you might want to say that he shouldn't say things like, if necessary, I will volunteer my time to make sure the program happens.
Okay.
Don't say you love it for free.
Your salary, whatever you.
Positive feedback, you
Yeah.
know, like ask for your money, you know, like that's good. Okay,
So he's a yes.
I'm putting Eli as a yes, unless we really run out of money, we'll have to reassess all of these. I'm just gonna skip Franklin Pride for the moment. We already discussed that. $300.
Just put an maybe on that.
And I also have a yes for Community Network for Children, which is 280, Little Bear Nature Walk series.
What number is that?
That is number 4.
Oh, we had that as a maybe. You want it to be a yes.
I'm putting, I had it as a yes, we discussed it, I had it as a yes because they are local organization, local families have asked for it. And they have we discussed the venue as a yes.
So that brings us down
That's
to
a yes.
Marion's library programs.
Okay.
And. All right, seasonal Skywatch. I went to this last year before.
Yeah,
You know, it really depends on how many clouds you have.
oh, yes, for sure.
So
Is
we
there a
spent
plan?
3 hours
Yeah.
waiting for the clouds to go away.
So they don't have
and we
an
finally-
alternate plan? They don't have a
No.
rain date, so to speak?
Well, a rain day, you know, you can sort of plan on a rain day because at least a week in advance because forecasting has gotten so good. But these high clouds, they don't consider that cloudy. But you can't look at the stars through high clouds.
Was there anything in the application about, for the guest, teacher's fee? Does it say anything about that? I want us to take a break soon, just have a little break, to like stretch break. So. We still have a lot of money to spend. Honestly, we still have a lot of, and there are really strong local applications and some really high ones that we're not gonna fund, like the Oakland Stroke Band. So can we just do a real quick, like, just what if we just put in all the library stuff? What if we just see what that number is?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would just say,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes.
Let's just put it in and see what we're at, and then we can start handing things out. Okay, so, I think a couple of us are doing this, so let's just,
11 are yeses.
yeah. So let's just, a couple of us add it
And
up.
then there's the chain reaction of creative contraptions, and I have to say, I would go to this.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun.
It does.
Okay,
That's
let's
great.
just put it in and see where we're going.
There's so much money. we should
Let's
spend.
slow down a little bit. We did the 3 library ones, right? Which
Yeah,
were
that's-
600. No, 600, 800, and 600.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the chain reactions one is also 600.
Is
And
that
that's
the
not a library one though? Or
It's in school.
It's at the
Oh,
school.
so it's the other school.
Yeah.
And I think it said in that application that the PTO would put in some money if there wasn't enough.
Yeah, and with the library ones, the Friends of the Library made up the difference in the past, right? We don't.
Yes, but the
fully
Friends of the
fund
Library has put a lot of the money into the.
It's building, yeah, a lot of the Giving Tuesday fundraising it was specifically for programming. They had
That's
a-
true.
They had a programming push. So
So
I'm
we-
assuming they have some money.
So we have no's for 13 and 14. We have a maybe for hands at work. Oh, that's the one where it's for making the film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not include that in this number.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think 17.
Now, what about the the RPM Fest? That's a
No.
Yeah, that's-
But the author visit.
Let's author visit.
Yeah, but that I think we should support.
And let's put it in and let's see, again, let's put that in and see where we're at. So we just,
Yeah.
sorry, chain reaction we're putting that in as a yes. Then now we're down to the author visit, right? 600?
That's a yes. The Silverton Florida Theater Company's a no. I really liked number 19, the Anti-Bullying Dinosaur Puppet Show at the SES. I thought that was great.
Great. Local artist,
Yeah.
well-known, has a venue.
And it's something that's for
And it
schools
sounds really
they
good.
needed, yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. So that's
I'm not that sure.
Book art, she wants $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh, do you go?
But it's 5 workshops.
Look, can we hold on that? Let's just hold on that. I think that we're gonna get stuck. We should think about that. I'm circling it really big. Let's keep going with the yeses and let's hold on that because I want to talk about that one a little more.
What about Julie Stefani?
What about the youth
We still have a lot of money to spend, so let's,
We have, Navy on that, so the part.
Yeah.
Do you believe it? No, the.
I think I should do it because
Yes.
Mary Ann thinks it's terrific.
Marianne thinks it's true. Her letter was fantastic. I can't, who wants to say no?
It's, we're down to $587 left.
We're down to
Wait,
587.
That's all I
Okay.
have left.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're at 20 and there's only 25, so.
Yeah.
So we're skipping book arts.
The book art, I think it's too expensive.
Is Tunes at Noon geared to children?
No.
No,
I think we should think about this. You want to talk about it?
Yes. I do want to talk about it, yeah. Can we I just want to get through this and then I circle it really big. We're gonna talk about
Yeah,
Jeanette's
okay.
documents. We're not,
Okay, so-
I'm not counting that.
So then that
we're
brings us
using that as a maybe then.
Yeah,
down
that's,
to Rory Valley.
so now we're down to Rory.
Yeah.
What about the
Well,
trade?
well,
The survival
And the drain.
centers is a maybe.
This survival center is only a maybe.
Let's still look at just yeses. Survival center's a maybe right now, yeah.
I think survival center should be a, yes.
But we're just still working on the definite yeses.
Well, I think it should be a definite, yeah, I don't think we've done anything for the like people who are struggling, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever, homelessness or food insecurity.
And they're not asking for very much.
I mean, there's people like that in Tewksbury.
Does this survival center have like a? Do they just offer meals or can you get actual food to take home, man?
There's like a pantry, yeah. Yeah.
But this was, they have a community lunch, right?
Right.
They have somebody that plays it.
And that's what this is for.
This is funding the musical artists,
Yeah.
but not the food program.
Funding the musicians
Yeah.
for these lunches where they have music
Yes,
and
but-
socializing and.
But it doesn't matter, I'm just asking if Shittsburg people go there, can they get food? And the
Yes,
answer is
yes.
yes.
Yeah, it is. Shrewsbury is one of the communities that is allowed.
So are we giving that a yes?
So
I'm gonna put it in.
We have it as likely, we can change that to a
we
yes.
put it as a yes, that puts it at 337.
Okay.
So
I'm
we
gonna.
still haven't talked
Yeah,
about Julie or Jeanette,
right.
right?
We haven't talked about those.
For the,
Yeah.
Or Rory.
Okay.
Yeah, but I, as a needle felter, I really like Lori's things, but
Local person has a venue. Serves
Local people.
local people, serves
all 5 of us who do needle felting.
So
That's a lot of.
can I
people.
just, we kind of skipped over 24. Are we putting in the Drake as a yes?
Let's put it in, let's go over, and then let's see where we're gonna take away, and then let's take a break, okay?
So
Yeah.
putting
Needle
the
felting
Drake,
as well. So that
okay,
puts
so we're
us,
going
Yeah,
over.
we're gonna go over and
so we're gonna,
pull it back.
all those yeses put us at $613 over.
Oh, over, oh.
That's not too bad, out of 5,000, yeah,
So we can find all that if we.
5,792.
So some of them we take $100 away from.
I wanna discuss that,
Or the.
right, ukuleles in there. The book art,
This is the studio tour, Little Bear, Eli, Seasonal Skywatch, Balloons, Raptors, Chain Reactions, Author Visit, Dinosaur Puppet, Ukulele, Tunes at Noon, Harps at the Drake, Needle Felting. All of that fully funded is $613 over.
okay. Okay, let's break, in discussion, take a break, chat, eat a cookie, step outside, show off the building.
You might never come back.
Okay, I'm gonna pause.
It starts on
Okay, we're back from our break
3.
and it's recording. Okay. What's your over total amount? What do you have?
I'm 613.
I have 5,980.
what they did.
So we need to get our numbers straight before we continue this discussion, but what we'll discuss next is Stockton's project.
I have maybe for Quabbin Valley, did that get turned to a no? I
For
mean,
music
for
hall?
the Quabbin Valley for music.
It's just not a yes yet, it's not a yes.
So it's
It's
still
not on our list, yeah,
Read the table, number 3, the tour of 3 cemeteries.
yes, table that with feedback.
Great Franklin County Pride, did the Pride's Festival is a maybe still?
Still a maybe, but it is not on our list right now.
Yes, maybe I haven't put it wrong.
Okay, you've got the studio tour. Can anyone check these numbers? Studio tour at 425.
Yes.
What's the number?
Little Bear, it's, I don't have the number right here, but
So
Little
you just
Bear.
to add to the stuff, right?
Yeah. 425.
Okay, I have a spreadsheet here. I don't need another, we just need to make sure we have the same lists as all.
The next one is the Little Bear Nature series
280.
for 280.
Yeah.
Eli Elkus, musical storytelling for 300.
Correct? Then we've got seasonal skywatch.
The seasonal sidewalk for 600.
Mhm,
The balloons, books and magics for 800.
mhm.
The rafters for 600.
Mhm.
I have a philosophical problem doing rafters, but
Yeah,
it's
me
each of them.
Mm, okay.
The chain reaction stuff for 600.
Yep, author visit.
The Mushabek, yeah, that's 600.
Okay.
Number 19, the anti-bullying puppet is 600.
How much is that one?
I don't know, 400, yeah.
Okay.
The monthly ukulele is 600. Regardless of maybe survival centers is 250.
Mhm.
The Uniquely Quabbin magazine is 250.
I don't know.
I don't have that one in here.
I have Arts of the Drake is the next one, 500. Then Needle Felting at 450.
Yeah, Arts at the Drake is 500.
Okay, my total
Yeah, Pointing
is.
is 450. Yeah, so
I'm missing.
so you didn't include the Uniquely Quabbin magazine. Do you want to take that off? Yes, not have that be not the yes, maybe a maybe.
Let's have that be a maybe, the magazine. All right, now my total is 6,405.
Yep.
Okay. So 6,405 minus
So it's 600.
5,792, it's
613.
613. Okay, we need to take out 613 or more so we can add other things in.
Well, I suggest that we go through the yeses and see which ones we can take $100 out of and not, put the kibosh on the whole project.
Before we do that, though, could we talk about Jeanette stuff?
Oh yeah, I want to talk about Jeanette Stockton because I think this project meets our criteria. So we should definitely discuss it and before some of the other things we have on the periphery, okay? So Jeanette Stockton is application number
21,
21.
and it's $1,000.
Yep.
But what she's offering is really valuable.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, 5 workshops.
5 workshops and 5 different things. I mean, 5 different aspects of book making
Mhm.
and all of them very interesting.
Well, could we ask her to cut it in half and pay her 500?
There is, I think she says in
says
there,
that.
she could do less workshops
Yeah.
if there's less money.
Yeah.
So I don't know if all the workshops are the same amount, but like. It could be, we decide what it is. As long as it's at least, if you divided 1,000 by 5, that would at least, as long as it's at least 250.
Is there a reason that
But that's 1,000 divided by 4.
Oh, sorry,
200.
200,
Yes.
200, yes. Thank you.
This is at the library,
Uh-huh.
but the library, Marianne is not the applicant. for this.
Oh, Marianne, decided to share the burden of applying for grants. So instead of Marianne applying, Marianne.
Yeah, I remember last
one.
year, she applied for like
She
15 or
would
something.
do it on behalf of everyone, and now she has asked if people have ideas to do at the library, that she not carry the burden of applying on behalf of everyone.
Good for her.
So she has made it clear, you should see in each application, I said, because we talked about this a while back. I said, just make sure in the application they make it clear that they have coordinated with you about using the venue and that you have approved it. Cause sometimes people say, I'll use the library, but they haven't really run this by the library, so I just asked for them how to make it clear in their application. So this is the case of someone, great idea, this person knows the details of her practice, of her workshop, so she made the application with, Marianne Sport. So. There might be more of those coming in the future too, where.
So I think it's a good idea, but I think we should think about maybe 400 for two, something like that.
Yeah, a series. I think it's beautiful, a plot application as a series.
So a couple more to the next year.
The next year.
Yeah.
She's local.
Uh-huh.
So would we come up with 400?
Let's put it in and then we'll see where we can.
Oh, and we can do that, we can say, well, we can give you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In their application, they will put if they, what happens, it's like, there's a question like, what happens if you don't get the full amount?
Yeah.
And they'll say it can't happen, or they'll say, I'll just do less workshops, or I'll.
We've got the money someplace
I'll
else.
somewhere else, yeah. So what I would like to also do is look at who has other sources for money. If we're gonna offer less, I don't wanna offer less out of hand without checking to see where the extra money will come from. I also want us to consider only funding three of the library programs that Marion has asked for, or sorry, only two of them instead of the three, the Skywatch, the Balloons, Books and Magic, and the Raptors in Flight. What if we only did two of those?
Yeah,
Well, I would, instead of offering less for each one, because the Friends Library is working with they've got a lot of them. Let's
Right.
consider cutting one, so she doesn't have to vote that artist. If we fund it halfway, she still has to vote the artist, and then the Friends of the Library funds are encumbered into that project. So let's consider it would be better for them if we just cut one instead of funding them partially.
That's what she.
So that's what she said. It's better to just say no to one than say we'll only give you half.
well, they do the Raptors every year. And the problem that I have with the Raptors is that those poor birds never get to really live their own life. I think it's cruel.
I'm gonna go with the first part you said, or we funded it several times already, so maybe let's try something different this year, fund a different program. I think the rapid program is popular and, but let's look at the other two things she's applied. It could be the Skywatch we do and the Balloons, Books and Magic.
You know my problem with the Skywatch.
The,
What about getting rid of the ukulele? I was just gonna say that.
Well,
It's not the library.
Yeah.
what is in the application, what happens if we don't fund it? Does she say what will happen to the program? Will it still happen?
It's not an application by the library,
Uh-huh.
but isn't it?
I think it is.
It says.
I think it is from the library because
Well,
it's not a physical.
Marianne Sports.
That's the only reason it's.
Like, for example, when Marianne applies for Raptors in Flight, we pay the library and she pays that person who brings the birds. But like if Jeanette is, for Rory does the workshop at the library, we pay Rory and she does the workshop at the workshop library. With the ukulele program, it's offered through the library, promoted through the library, but we pay Julie directly to do it. So my question is, in her application, what happens if we don't fund it? What does she say in her application?
Allow Google Chrome to find it. No, I don't know.
Just my laugh. Who else is funding the ukulele program?
I will work with the library to find other sources of income or scale the project back.
I think it's really important about fully not funding somebody and fully funding somebody else. Because it just put a burden on everybody. If you partially fund it and it has to happen, then it means that either the person has to work for an inadequate amount of money. Or Marianne has to jump through hoops or something like that.
Yeah, if we partially fund it, then they have to run it, but they might not.
Yeah,
And that's kind of what she's saying, that she'll actually go back to the library.
She'll go back to the library.
She goes, I'll work with the library to find other sources.
the ukulele.
It will run either way.
Well,
Well, it's like, I just want to point this out again, it's Zoom, she can send it to anybody. I can't believe she's only, I mean,
Well, is there clarification in her application, like, is the Zoom appointment only for Shrewsbury residents, or can anyone zoom into it?
it
Like,
doesn't really say
doesn't
that.
say.
It's-
I have had that question in the past as well, like, is it, I don't think it's clear in the application, or maybe it is clear and I just missed it, like.
Maybe it's just that the outreach goes for just our community, although that also seems kind of strange.
Right,
Could think of the UNESCO or someplace.
yeah, so I wish we knew more about that, actually. Has anyone ever taken the ukulele?
I won't even listen to ukulele.
Like it's different for some person.
Okay, so
You and I have a lot of the same things.
this program has been running for a very long time, and it used to be at the library. And it used to be a strum along together at the library, like in a, in a
Which
circle.
is much more satisfying.
I agree, yeah.
Okay, I kind of hate to say this, but it also seems like something like they could just go and do.
Yeah, but people don't.
But you know what I mean, like if you
Yeah,
just
but people don't.
go and play, you know.
Now, well,
You know, I sing a lot. But that's because I sing with 2 or 3 different groups, and if I didn't, I wouldn't sing a
I
lot.
have some friends who are wild ukulele enthusiasts
Oh, I
and
know.
also singers. And they have a whole group but there's something very special about it to those people. Singing with other people and making music together. So them that love it, really love it.
Well, listen,
But
Wondering if we can instead just leave that in because, partly because Mary Ann thinks it improves of it so highly, but what about balloons, books and magic, like also, I feel like we probably have a lot of things geared to kids. And that one, maybe we could take that off, and that's $800, and it doesn't rise up as anything particularly.
which one's that?
It's, the balloons, books and magic.
Yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
did in, or did we take 600 out?
We added in the book arts.
So
We are now
1,000
1,013 over.
Yeah,
Okay, let's take out balloons, books and magic. Let's just say, not this year.
Yeah.
And let's just see what
what
happens.
number is that?
We are now $213 over.
Okay, great. So now,
I have
Yes.
a question. Oh,
go ahead.
maybe I don't. There's something. There was something, which one? Or maybe that's, because there's one of these things that seemed like it was more geared to the library, like the opening of the library. It was just the music
No, we
thing.
were talking about that, it's not on here, they got that money last
They
year.
got funded last
Last year.
But so so that answers my question, like, what is that? And is that something that's also on here?
No, it's
No.
not.
Oh, okay.
Still has the funding there. Waiting for it. Waiting for the library to open, like so many of us.
I know, I peer at it longingly every time I drive by.
Can I go back to revisit ukulele? Can I revisit the ukulele?
Yeah.
On Julie's website, Julie does in-person ukulele play-alongs throughout Massachusetts. I can see that in Amherst, she does it in person sometimes and does it on Zoom sometimes, and the Shrewsbury events are on Zoom only, and, go ahead,
It's because when my kids were little, she would do it in person.
yes.
At the library, and it was like.
They
Very
were
neat.
So, okay,
But at the new
but that's
library,
changing, right? It's
yeah, the new
changing,
library,
yeah.
it could be personal.
Yeah, I would like to somehow encourage this project to continue and also encourage it to come back to Shrewsbury somehow. And I don't know what the best way to do that is. It just to fund it, yes, this way, or and provide that feedback, or not fund it and provide that feedback. I don't know what the, like maybe the library funds it on Zoom, but if it comes back to town, then reapply for funds and we would pay her to come to Shrewsbury. I don't know if that's,
Maybe fund partially funded now
yeah,
and say, we, love this to be in person.
yeah.
But then are we not putting the burden back on Mary Ann to raise the rest of the money?
It's kind of a catch-22 to say like, I'm gonna run this regardless, but I'll ask Marianne to pay for it. You know, it's a little bit of a, like Marianne can say, I'm just gonna run it if you don't pay for it, but this person's saying, I will ask, you know, I will pay for
I
it.
think it's also different with like, if it's a program that is. Like the balloons thing is this one-time new thing, as opposed to the ukuleles, which is. Something that of a tradition the library has been supporting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
feel like-
something like that,
Mm,
if you stop it
mm,
and then say you'll start it up again, it's hard to get the people back,
mhm, mhm.
but if you keep it going.
Well, I'm not saying that they should stop it, I'm saying that,
It's a
they-
tradition in the library,
yeah.
Yeah.
and you know, I fully appreciate the whole like. The philosophy of we should fund things fully so that,
Mm,
you know, we're not putting another organization in a position of having to put money, but also like. We are meant to be thinking about this money as leverage money, right? Like it is meant to be
mm.
getting a little buy-in from other sources of funding.
Meeting our priorities for, that we have decided as a group, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean. I don't know, I feel like it's not a huge ask, if, you know, we're $213 over, if we were to take a little bit off the ukulele thing, I think the Friends of the Library, I mean, they just raised.
Mhm.
Like $30-something thousand, whatever, and I know like there's the building cost, but also like. Throw the ukulele players.
But she could also just run a few less sessions.
She could
Right,
run
that's
it.
the solution,
9
yeah.
sessions instead of 12.
Yeah, okay, I think when Marianne gave me feedback about if you only fund it partially, I have to come up with money, it wasn't about Julie asking for money to teach lessons. It was about when the library is hiring someone to come for $800, like that's their fee.
Yeah.
And then she has to come up with it. I think this would be more flexible.
So that would be the balloon guy.
That would be the balloon guy. We couldn't say, well, we do
Well, I'm
300 for
gonna
the
give you
balloon guy.
$2,000
Right,
yeah,
because then she has to
now she
fulfill
has
the
to find-
grant we've given.
So we got rid of the balloon guy.
Yes.
We got rid of the balloon guy. Speaking of, another year, maybe the balloon guy.
But then, yeah, but like Jeanette and this, they could just do less sessions.
And I would be there instead and doing less sessions.
Julie, how much money is Julie now?
So you give her 2 sessions, I think, so $400.
400, okay, I'm changing it to 400. Let's see what happens.
Oh, wait a minute, that's. She's asking for 600 for 12 sessions. So if we cut it down to 400, that's 8 sessions.
So we could cut it down to 300.
5 sessions.
We're still a little, we're under. I have us as under.
We're under.
No, we're still a little over, we're like $10.
So.
Well, then it's. Julie's 400, and for 300.
Am I giving the ukuleles?
So you
I
have
have it as 400 now.
It's at 400.
And now we're almost to our goal. We're. Well, let's.
I'm not right here. I should. Spreadsheet too.
So we cut down the book art one to 400 and ukulele.
Well, I'll just pitch in the $10.
We can actually pitch in, raise funds from the community.
Because that's what we have to do to like.
Someone will be like stuck. Well, we did. We have.
We could just take it off of
Somebody
somebody.
take it off of somebody.
$10?
That's easier for me.
We
Yeah, I
have-
was pitching in $10. That would be a nightmare for me to sort out.
What if I didn't say, does the $5,700 come to Shutesbury regardless of whether we,
Yes.
so why don't we just leave the $10 in there for next year?
No, we're short. We're short $10.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we're short, which is why we could donate it to the council, but I can't deal with that, right?
We can't work.
We go back and just
Yeah,
run through the entire
yeah.
list and say, no, if they're not getting anything and how much.
Oh,
If they are getting something.
I have that.
who can do that? Can someone do that? Okay.
Yes, well, if I can get the computer to do what I wanted to do without my trusty mouse, I hate this thing. Okay, where are we? Number 1, we still have as a maybe, but I guess it's now a no. That's the Common Valley Farms. So, number 1 is no. Number two, the Schuttzberg Studio Toys, a yes for 425.
Correct.
We tabled number three, the tour of the three cemeteries, so that's really a no.
Yeah.
The Little Bear Nature Walk series is a yes for 280. We could take $10 off that. Just for 280, we can give her 270.
She have other funds, we should check her application to see.
They wanted to do little back.
I would rather take it from someone who's asking for money from lots of places. Like your example with Quabbin Valley for Musica, than someone who's just.
But is there anybody like that left
Arts.
in Drake?
It's arts and it's
Tunes.
Tunes at Noon at the Amherst Spiral Center, they have
That's just-
many councils.
Okay, so
I feel like arts would feel it a little more if we were like, we're just gonna take $10 off, but I.
Well, how about taking it off of the author visit? The Shutesbury Elementary could pitch in $10.
$10 is such a weird amount, you know, like,
Oh, it also seems like you're kind of.
yeah, I know.
No, but you're saying it's not, you're just saying other sources.
Budget out
of
the amount that.
Parents,
You
just,
got
I'm just saying other sources,
I
of funding,
could.
so the PTO.
I could donate $10 to the survival center myself. And we could take $10.
It's $13.
13, I could donate it myself. Like right now.
But maybe the thing is to go through first and just make sure we're clear.
Okay,
what
okay.
we want.
So
maybe
story
something like totally we don't.
Oh, using our times, yes.
That's a 300.
So,
Yeah.
You like it?
so we're at number five, which is
Right.
musical storytelling and folk songs. Yes, for 300.
Seasonal staff.
The Franklin County Pride, we had as a maybe, so I guess that's a no.
Okay.
Balloons, no.
Number
Raptors,
7.
yes.
No. Number 7 is
And 600.
no, that's the.
Temporary.
Martial
Um,
arts thing.
Shame.
Hilltown Families, number 8
Is a
is a
yes?
no. Number 9, the seasonal skywalk.
No.
Yes.
I watch it.
No.
It's a
Never
yes.
yes at the offer
It
visit.
was 600. Number
Yeah.
10 is
Yeah,
the.
for 600,
Yeah. Then
Books
we're
and
at
Magics is a no.
No, so,
Number 11 is Valkyries.
yes, for Annabelle, 400.
And that's a yes for 600.
yes to
Number 11
Julie, but for
is,
$400.
The chain reaction.
Yes to Jeanette, but for $400.
Yes, and 600.
Yes to Tunes at Noon.
Number 13 is
No.
Paw Paw Guys.
Okay,
That's
what
a no.
was
I have an idea,
Number
hold on.
13
Okay.
Amherst
is
Regional Public Schools,
John
yes.
Casino, that's a
Yes for Lori.
hold on. This is-
15 is.
That's a yes, that's a yes.
Has
That's
it
a
was,
yes. Uh-huh.
maybe, is that going to be
For 500.
That's a no. Yeah.
Okay, I have,
Wait,
I have a solution, I have a
Oh.
solution. So the Pittsburgh PTO has applied for the author visit and, I can easily communicate with them that we were $13 short.
That's what I was saying.
And they, because the PTO is paying the author instead of the author, maybe sometimes the author is paid directly and they'd be like, what's this check for $10 less? The
Yeah.
PTO is paying the author, so it will, the funds will go to the PTO and the PTO will
Oh.
pay the author. And I will communicate with them that, yes, they may be watching now, yes, we wanted to fund it, we had to make this shortfall. But we know this project has backup funds from the
Yeah.
PTO, and it's not very much money.
Yeah.
That's my solution.
I think that's a good one.
I'll communicate that all to them so they know why it's a weird amount. But
Yes.
Yeah,
And so the author's not getting $10 less. It's
No.
the author will still get the
But the
amount and the
PTO,
PTO, yeah,
PTO.
yeah, and they have a clear way
We're
of
funding
paying.
50% of our.
No, I think that's
50%.
number
We had
Yeah.
over
And I thought
$9,000
we
worth
were
of
person.
Not 50% of the money.
Oh,
Projects.
no.
Yeah, I don't know about the meters.
I think we decided after the last session that was a no.
Oh,
What do you
Because
mean?
not that she would do 2 sessions.
No, I meant, he said we're funding half the projects, and then I said, oh, people apply for $10,000 total, but he said, no, it's.
That number,
How much people apply for?
it's an opinion fund.
No.
Good work. though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Good at
okay,
it.
yes.
Yeah. So,
Um,
15 is a no. No, yeah.
Decision making, I think.
16, the RPM, the music, no.
Was there clear?
This, the Hannah Bush, that author visit is a yes.
I wanted to ask, feedback for Julie, what I should
Form 18, so.
summarize.
Julie, then we
I think you could really- What would you like our feedback to be?
Wasn't it just technically?
Yeah.
Towards the end.
We want to- It's
now we
hard
have the new
to-
space.
Sometimes I'll do it, sometimes.
Yes.
Even that.
Yeah.
We have a new library now,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the-
art is-
Yeah.
yes,
or, you know,
Yeah.
do it at the SAC over the years.
um,
So we were asked for
Oh, there you go.
$14,765.
Okay,
survival center, students at Newton is a yes. 250.
okay, so let me just give this amount right, so I think we are deciding that the Shrewsbury PTO is going to get
It's an 80, so I guess that's a
587. 24 is, okay, perfect, 572.
So that means we are funding 39% of the
That's a yes.
Financial asset.
Okay.
Does
So
it look out to
we
you?
were asked for
45 is a
We're asked
yes.
for $14,765.
And the
some
last
hostels,
one, they have 6, the Oakland's, 70s users.
But what's their budget?
They get more than us, but can you imagine
How big
having,
budgets are all.
No,
professional,
being
so-
Amherst having this meeting and.
You probably have to do it over several meetings.
Yes.
I sat on a panel in Cambridge where it gets divided. There's so many applications.
Oh, yeah.
There's theater panel, there's a dance panel.
Oh, your panels.
Because,
Yeah.
because there's
That
some
makes
no
sense.
group of people.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, it's called the Candle Book.
Oh, it's called, it doesn't divide it for us. It's just,
It
maybe
alphabetizes
maybe
it.
other towns have it divided. Do you remember? Were you on the cultural council in Cambridge?
Hey,
Yeah,
guys,
I
I'm
just invited you on.
here, why would we want to do it any differently?
I was just on one panel.
Well, this is only my second time, but one thing I just wanna point out that I've just noticed. Is that, what I said earlier, which is like the same people apply every year, right?
It's true.
So I just wonder, my question now is, can we do a better job of advertising their funds? And I think we
Yes.
probably could, because when I
Yes.
think about it, did I see anywhere funds available in Shutesbury? You know what I mean? I
Right.
think some people really don't realize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's also true though, but it's a very small town. And the number of people who legitimately have something really good to
Yeah,
offer.
would know, you're saying?
Yeah, well, I don't know that they would know necessarily, but they do probably know each other and they do talk, you know, I mean,
But
it's not like, not like there's
Yeah,
tons of people who have marvelous programs, but just aren't doing them, but they don't know about the arts council. I mean, you're an artist in
I just
Massachusetts.
think
and you
there
don't
will
know
be
about the
some
Arts Council.
startup people, younger people who
Yes.
just aren't in the know, and they might have some really cool thing to offer, but they have no idea that every little dinky town gets money.
Correct. This
So
list
I
of
just-
people are people who know. They know that this is out there and they know about it.
It's not- They just know, so they get their foot in the
And you
door.
work freelance, you know these things, because otherwise.
That's
You
true.
you're not using it.
Yeah.
That's a lot, yeah,
I would put it, remember when we got the paper newsletter in town?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, the road,
Just already passed
The
away.
road town,
It was for
Oh my goodness.
together.
we haven't been getting that.
That's it, that was all, it was over.
Yeah, John's right.
Okay,
Yours is anyway.
yeah, I'm just saying, I used to
Hot
post it.
mail.
Yeah, I
Well, this, in the know,
I used to
there was
post it, I would post
that.
council opening.
I put it on those-
Also,
There's
There's a town announced email that's supposed to be.
Don't have to use such a word.
Okay, yes.
It's not a newsletter.
Next
Go
door.
next door, you know,
Yes.
different
Yeah.
places.
We are council members and you can share
post
this
it on the
information anywhere.
Yeah,
You can share it anywhere and our website, our council website, which we will update, which has appropriate deadlines on it. Our council website is the portal for, you know, getting the information about it. And as council members, you feel like take as action as you want to share. I invite people to apply. I say there's this count, like, it doesn't mean I'm partial to them, like I try not to be here, but like, it's okay as a council member to invite people to apply. Say, I know you do this wonderful lecture on Western Mass poetry. Like, would you consider, like, I would love to like partner you with the library, like, just talk to the library about doing it there and apply to come, you know, like things like that. Like, just if you hear something, you have an idea, you're talking to people, like, let them know, like, share that the program is there. If the program is still here, like the state, it's not Shutesbury money, maybe it is indirectly that goes to the state and send it back to us, but like. It's, you know, they want towns to make their own decisions about it and to share that it's out there.
Money
So
originally came from the lottery.
from the lottery.
Because
It's like,
it was
yes,
called the arts
that's
lottery.
right. Put it on Nextdoor, like, I don't really use Nextdoor, but like, if you do, like, if you use it, like, put it up there and.
You know,
follow it.
when I first moved here, I moved here 6 years ago now, I think. I thought Nextdoor was great because I got to hear about all the stuff going on and so on and so forth. And after a couple of years, I realized that 90% of what I was reading on there was people bitching and moaning and stuff, and so I don't want to look at
Yeah,
Nextdoor.
yeah. My Nextdoor started being hard to see Shrewsbury folks. It became like, well, rather raging. Yeah.
Yes. Everybody's just-
And a lot of ads, it's changed. I can filter it, but it keeps resetting. Oh, I can't. I can't do that.
But one thing I think he's making a good point also, because I think it, like, if we could somehow get the word out there, because
Yes.
if you keep funding the same things over and over again, I think that discourages people from applying. You know, they're just like, oh, well, they always give it to.
Yeah, well, last year, as I recall, we had more than 30, so. I think it was like 36 or 38, and so this year. There's a lot of people that didn't apply.
I thought it did look a little smaller. Do you have how many of
If there's 26 now, I don't have
Yeah.
to say that, sure, I only have what we funded.
Yeah.
Is there like okay, for example, Open Studios could have a little thing on the website that says, by the way, or funded by the council, did you know?
Actually,
You
I
have
have
something has to be on it.
Right. No, I mean, like,
Publicity.
But what I'm saying is that
Credit the shoots.
if the choral group gets money from the cultural council,
Yeah.
they have
they
to
do,
put it
yeah,
out.
I don't mean that they don't have to, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, are there moments like the town board thing? What else is there? Town meeting, to have 2 or 3 of us go as our meeting anyways, but like represent the cultural council and have a flyer, you know what I mean, like I have a feedback form, have a link to the feedback form, people can fill it out.
It's very hard to reach everybody in this town. There's
It's-
no vehicle.
There isn't, which is why each of us in our own little ways, like, that's
Yeah,
the.
that would be a good idea,
Right.
because you could
Yeah.
somehow, also before the deadline, so if people.
Yeah,
think
yes.
exactly. Well before.
Can I,
Like as
can
soon
I
as-
ask?
Like in January.
Yeah, right, as soon as we do this cycle.
Okay, can I ask, would someone be willing to take on the mantle of rounding us up for town meeting? And seeing if someone wants to go and like share information? And then the town, I don't know whatever other event you think would work, like, would someone like to just be like, I'll be the person to email the council about us being present, who's going to the meeting, let's bring something to share. I can print things, I work at North College, I can print things there, for really cheap, we could share like handouts. Like, that's a possibility, would anyone be interested in watching over that, making sure it happens?
It might be even more useful just to have a flyer with a lot of copies at the library.
Yeah.
Do we have money to do that?
Like a little one,
Do we have money to do that?
We have to apply.
Flyers, getting flyers printed is not cheap.
so.
Town has a photocopier.
Colorful,
Yeah, but yeah.
and then you have like a slicer,
I mean, all the other committees, departments,
Yeah.
print stuff.
do they have like
Yeah,
a picture?
it's not very
Like a what, like a quarter size, it'll be a half size.
Oh, because it is small.
Yeah, how did it finally did with Open Studios was, Meryl Mandel is the head of the trash bag committee, I forget what the proper name is. And she said, okay, well, as we hand out trash bags, we'll have a little flyer that lets people know about Open Studios. And that was offered to everybody. Now, how many people actually took one or silver hanging on to it by the time back? That's another question, but it's really challenging to try and reach everybody in this community. Not easy.
Is there going to be, this Saturday morning, 3 people out there selling their veggies in the summer?
I think they stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do that this year. Yeah, that was,
There is.
Rather than
It's a farm
taking
store.
sorry,
I should say there may be a farm store in town.
oh, really? Where?
On the corner of Pelham Hill Road and Baker, at the large farm, there's be Jeff Lacey's.
Shack
They've
is
done-
there now?
yeah.
Yeah, they're just want to expand and start making.
That's
doing
exciting.
Like selling stuff by other, from other farms.
That's
exciting.
Yeah, that would be so good.
I just don't think the idea of going to a town meeting is a good idea,
Okay,
because just
Town
because. It's a huge meeting with a huge agenda and so many things to get through, and you want actually people to wanna hear from you
Okay.
rather than just sitting. When all these people get out.
Okay.
Well, I think that's why your idea of a flyer makes sense
Yeah.
there, like, cause they have a table,
Yeah,
or the
they
thing out
do.
there that says, do you want money to make art? I mean, people pick it up if they're artists who want
I mean,
money.
people have connections to Shutesbury Elementary, because I just go into the newsletter a few times a year.
We can,
I think
yeah.
That's a really good place.
Yeah, can. I'm hearing flyer, put a flyer up, a couple of, just have them at town meeting, put a flyer up at the library.
Yeah.
People
Put
get
something on next door.
post it next door.
Yeah, okay, so we just said at the library,
Does the
in this
SEC
school
have a
newsletter, the SAC has a
I
bulletin
think we
board.
should go there.
And the fourth thing was, sampling of the library, the school newsletter and the support thing.
Wait, school.
The town meeting, but we're not gonna do that.
Oh, just having a flyer in town.
Twice, yeah.
Okay, great, so a flyer at the library, okay, flyer. Okay,
Next door.
And SAC.
okay,
And as they say,
okay. We can do this work off of an official meeting time. Can I have it be
Fine to
great?
be part of that, and
Can you initiate an email thread with us? We can discuss this on an email thread. And decide, we'll just decide what it's gonna look like. Where it's gonna go, who's gonna deliver it to those places, and then we'll print it here at the.
Okay.
We'll copy it here.
I'll wait till after the new year.
Great, awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
email
your-
us on our whole like thread. Yeah.
Your
Great.
question earlier, the applications this year are September 2nd,
Okay.
so it's in early September.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's any other place in this town where you can put flyers, but
Yeah.
they really aren't.
The SAC.
The post office.
Post office,
Yeah.
Yes, no.
So in the email thread, where are you?
The post office.
The owners have
To
been
do that, because I was
exploring
trying
the
to put up
zoning,
posters for
uh,
concerts,
restrictions
but they
and
are not
such.
allowed to do it.
Okay.
They wanna do it, so.
And Cheryl says we shouldn't post in the post office.
Well, actually, the co-op's got that big.
The co-op, there we go.
Which they're about to have.
Co-op, but.
That,
Great, they'll be fresh
even though that's not.
Taking everything off,
Right,
that's just
do
great.
that.
They're still- it's been on
Yeah,
this-
it's like-
Yeah, I keep thinking,
Since
I
the
can stop it here and
90s.
buy this, and then I go and I
Yeah.
look at the prices, and say, no, there's a reason why I don't buy anything here.
Okay, we have a plan then for that, and Mateo just pointed out that the application actually opens September 2nd. So around the end of the summer would be a good time to
Yeah.
get the flyer and put it on next door.
Even before that.
Before that, yes,
before
yeah,
that,
Really should be
Yeah,
working on it in August.
yeah,
And I think it should just be ongoing, like,
Yeah.
you know, we can designate somebody to just check, is flyer still there,
Right.
you know what I mean? Just.
and we can also, everyone should know that in this building, we have a mailbox. Upstairs, it says cultural council, and what we could do is keep a stack of flyers in the mailbox, just don't ever take the last one, leave one there so people can make more copies, and the copy machine is also upstairs, and it is free, and it has color. Great, just always make sure there's one in there, so someone can just make your own copies of it, and you can, look in the box, I want us to make sure we wrap up, it's 8:25. The next thing that I will do with you, let's get together and do this, co-chairs, we're gonna send out the notices, first we send out the notices of people who were denied funds, because they need a time period where they can ask why, or, just they can process, contest it, they can come back and be like, well, why did you make that decision? We give first out the notice first, we wait a certain period of time, and then we send out the yeses. So, this is public record, but just try to wait till we send out the yeses, and we do that through the Mass Cultural Council grant portal, which I hope you all have logins to. That if anyone wants to ever know how to do that stuff, like, welcome to join us at the meeting when we talk about it, yeah, that's what happens next. For us. For that, and that all should go out by January 15th, but I'm sure we get the else out first. Yeah, think about co-chairing, if anyone is interested, thank you.
You do a really good job running a meeting.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, I think you did.
Yeah.
I'll type up these notes.
Thank you, yeah.
Type them and send them to me and I will, Peggy, I will also just, I'm gonna stop the meeting.
Good morning.